Hi everyone, I'm really excited to show you this new book that I have been sent as a present from my friend in USA. It is from US Amazon. I'm not sure if you can get it on UK. If you can, I'll put a link in the description. It is a semi-grayscale book, so it's a little bit different. I do have a couple of grayscale books, so it's not completely new to me, but it will be a learning curve, which I'm really excited about actually. And the size of the book, just before we have a proper look at it, it's the letter size, the sort of standard American letter size, I think. If you order it in the UK, it might be A4. I would assume it probably is. It's very shiny on the cover. I haven't got my light on at the moment. The back shows some of the pictures. It says there's 22, which are all shown on the back, but we'll have a proper look through and look at them properly. So you can see it's a shiny cover. I'm going to pop my light on, and we'll look inside. So it's called Magical Season, as we can see here, by Lenka Filonenko. It's a good name, isn't it? That. And it says for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas holidays. We cover all of the American holiday season. In the UK we celebrate slightly differently, but I still think it would be good fun to have a look and see what's going on here. So Magical Season, this is just the copyright. It's a 2022 copyright. And we've got this book belongs to page. It's very, very cute. Lovely Christmas tree, poinsettia, a mug of cocoa. Latte or something. But that's the poinsettia pot, that's the latte and little cat. It's very, very cute. And you can see how the grayscaling works. I'll come in a little closer so you can have a close-up look. So basically it isn't over the whole picture, it's sort of indicating to us where might be darker, which I think could be really helpful. Okay, let's come back out and have a look at the pictures. I'm excited to see the pictures. So I'm wondering if it goes through from season to season or whether it's sort of randomly scattered. Obviously this is more of a Christmassy themed picture. Looks like it's one side only, which is always nice with Amazon books. Because of the thinner paper, it's nice to have less, to have it so it looked odd, but I realised I could see through the other one. Just put some paper behind so you don't, because I can see a bit of the page behind. Just put some paper behind, that won't be a problem. So we can see here we've got a very pretty looking picture. The line art is quite simple, which I like because it means that I can I can see what's going on really clearly. We've got a lovely autumnal scene. So we've got our church and our sort of hillside, but we've got lovely rose hips, and see, these look like apples to me, but I would be tempted to colour them like pumpkins, but they're not apples, and acorns and flowers. It's a really pretty page. And here we have another autumnal theme with more rose hips, but a very pretty lady with a fox. Now, skin is something I need to learn. Now we have so much shading here already to help me, so I'm really pleased. I can sort of have a go at using that as a guide for me. I'm really not sure what it's going to be like colouring these, whether you would just put one colour down and let the shading show through, or whether you would emphasise that shading or not. I don't know. I'm going to play in the back. I have had a quick peep. At the back there's a test page, so we can play around with that in a minute and see how it works. I'm looking forward to that. So here we're getting a bit Halloweeny, aren't we? Look at, we've got a sort of scary looking figure, little cute thing there, candles and things and bats, of course, so that's fun. And here we have another more autumnal page. So we have our figure, but look at her ear, she's sort of sprite, pixie, something like that. Lovely fox, wolf I reckon. Oh, and back to Halloween with our pumpkins and gourds, and a fun moon, cat of course. That's a fun one, witch, isn't it? And another, oh, it's nice, she looks cute, little cat having a rest in the moon. That's a lovely picture, isn't it? And here we have I'm assuming this is a pumpkin pie because I love corn on the cob. I can't eat it. I've got a broken tooth on the front. I can't dare and eat things like that. But anyway, oh, it's Christmas. I guess that's our Thanksgiving page. I was just thinking, it said about Thanksgiving. I'm guessing that's what that is in reference to, because we've moved to Christmas. It's a lovely clock, pretty cats, very nice picture. Oh, now we are in the snow. Lovely snowman, he's got a cookie. Look at this, I just think that bit's really pretty as well, really nice. Oh, reindeer, he's got this sort of platter of candles. She's giving him a hug. See, the little face, not too big. Can cope with that. Oh, look, cuddling a dog. She's like an angel, look. She's got wings. Interesting, all sorts of holly and things. Oh, she's got a halo. Just noticed that. Interesting to colour. Oh, little bear's having a huggle. So they're sitting at a table. And there's a sort of interesting design behind. That's quite fun. Ooh. We have an angel on the violin. Very interesting. Very more classical Christmas, I think, with our candles and things. The poinsettias, rather nice. And they have a squirrel. These are really pretty. They're orange and they're cinnamon and things. Star anise. Really nice. This could be fun to do. Glitter pen, maybe. Oh, I love little birds. Their stockings have got like soil in or something. I think it's probably birdseed. We have the baubles. Lovely little birds. This one looks like a great tit to me. I think I'd have to do one as a robin. And here we have our Christmas fox with his socks on though. Very cute, nice tree. They have a little girl hugging a cat. It's very cute, that one, isn't it? And she's sort of sitting in a wreath of Christmas bits and bobs. I like that. Oh, it's so cute. Is that this one? Yeah, in the front. So you could use, sorry about my light, you could use the front one as an inspiration colour wise if you wanted, or just do your own thing. I'd probably get my greens out, knowing me. But you know, I don't know, maybe not. There's Father Christmas. Oh, he's feeding the, I guess that's an apple for the reindeer. It's a nice picture. Very cute. Now she is out in the snow. Got boughs. Lovely, these pines look really nice. I like those. Now we have a mouse, but lots of presents. So it's a sort of colourful gift wrap type picture, which is great fun. Now she's looking all very Christmassy, ready to go to her party. But she's got little bells and mistletoe, holly and poinsettias in her hair. It's going to be a really interesting one to do. Oh, now we have a testing page, which is what we're going to have a play with in a minute. We'll just go on by and then we'll come back to it. So this one has information. Lenka Filonenko is a freelance artist who lives in the Czech Republic, Europe. Ah, I thought it looked a bit more English than American somehow, and I guess it's just European. We've got a few spare pages, so you could do colour pencil testing and things like that. But we're going to test on here now. I haven't got a piece of paper to put behind the page in here, but I think it's okay. We'll just test it. I'm going to try some Black Widows just to see how they sit on this paper. I'm just going to open my tins. So bear with me, making a lot of noise. Sorry. Oh, this one doesn't want to open. Come on, spider tin. There we go. It's getting old, my spider tin. Okay. So let's start with the star. Let's grab some yellows. Now, looking at the star, let's come in so you can actually see. we can have a good look at the shading. So it's darker down here, a bit darker in there. This front part is really light, so I'm going to grab my lightest yellow for that. Just going to mix it up a bit. I'm going to use the light yellow, this is from the Cobra set, and do this bit. And you can just see how the pencils go down on the paper, and we'll have a play with this grayscaling. It's fun, excited. My friend sent me this book and then went, well, I hope you're okay with grayscale. And I was like, I don't know. No, I said, I'm sure it'll be fun, and it is. Here we go. Now this one underneath, we want a bit darker. I'm going to go for the mustard in the Cobra set. Sorry, you can't see that. Now to me, it's a bit darker in there than it is there, and rather than swap colour, I'm going to put some extra layers down there and then fade it out towards the tip and see if that works. And just do that all round. I think that's working. There we go. I'm thinking I might use a bit of this as well in here where it's dark. I'm not going to use just the same colour all the way through on this, so I'm going to fade that down, basically copying the sort of grayscaling detail like that, and just fade it there, and then come in at the bottom as well. Oh, excuse me sniffing. And sorry, I'm very quiet, I'm concentrating. It's a different technique. So I'm looking at where it's really dark and putting more colour down there. I really want to use the artist's guide to help me. So I'm following those darkest areas, and now we want a slightly lighter yellow. I don't want to go as light as we did for that. I want that one to stand out as being really light. So I think I'm going to grab here the banana. This is from the spider set. And I'm just going to go over a bit and then extend it. I'm going to take that right through, but make it darker on these at each end really. So I'm just layering it up a bit more at each end. Try not to completely overlap the colour we put down, just because it might cover it over. We want to be able to see that that's a lot darker. There we go. Now I want to put a little bit around the edge of here. What should we do? I was thinking maybe an orangey yellow. This one might be nice. Oh, this is again from the Cobra set. This is called Nugget, because it's quite orangey. Now let's just go around that edge. Now I think these books might work really well with an alcohol marker, I reckon. I wonder if that's even what they're designed for, but I don't have any. Actually, I think I'm a liar. I think there's some in this room. Sharpies, but I don't want to use those. Now I don't know what these are. I am guessing that they might be cookies. Is this from a particular picture where there's lots of... Oh, we'll just get... I mean, what's that? I think that's a cookie too, and that. So let's just do this one. And I'm just going to use just the one colour. I don't have many... I have this dark tan colour, which I think might work for cookie. And I'm going to put an even layer over the whole thing so that we can really see what the grayscale does. Now, it's not easy to do a completely even layer. I'm going to try my best. Normally I'm used to putting some areas darker than others. So there it is, completely even, and you can really see how this shading in here gives it shape. which you can see before I even put the colour on, to be honest. But I'm going to try, I think I prefer trying to just go over that darker bit a little bit more, with more colour. It just makes it look less grey. There we go. So there's that one. Do I have many other colours I can do for cookies? Not really. Let's do this one the same. So in the same way, I'm just going to do it lightly first. And then a bit darker. It's interesting it's marked darker there. I would make it darker here as well. It's a bit orangey, this colour, isn't it, for cookie? It looks more like it's supposed to be a bit of orange peel. Let's do these 2 star ones. I'm thinking they would have a bit of red jam in or something, but I'm just going to pick the biscuit colour. I'm going to use the stink bug. I think it might be dark enough. This is from the spider set. And just go over, again, just a gentle layer to start with and see what happens. There's cream in the biscuit, it was too small for me to worry about. Yeah, I'm going to just go over those greyer areas a bit more. There we go. And the same with this one. I'm actually going to do those first so I can see them more easily. And do the rest in a slightly lighter. There we go. And then the centres, I've gone out of the line badly there, haven't I? I want a nice red. This one's nice. This is from the Cobra set. It's called Blood Diamond. It's very red. Now we've got, looks redder on this side, so I'm going to put some more layers and fade it towards that corner. This one looks redder here, darker here, so I'm layering up here and then fading it off. There we go. Oh, I like those. Now this, I think this is another type of cookie. I've got a Foxy brown, let's try that. I don't know what these 3 dots are on the top. And we've got some cream. And I'm going to try and colour around those, if I can. Foxy brown. This is from the spider set. So I'm going to start, I think I've realised it's easier for me to start in the darker areas and layer some colour up and then fade it off into the lighter area. That helps me to remember what's going on, really. If I cover it all over first, I can't really see or remember what I'm doing. There we go. It's a bit dark really, but yeah. Now the cream in it, I could make it jam because it will show up more. I think that's what I'm going to do. Got a nice red over here. I'm going to grab. This is the Scorpion set. This is the blood red. I don't know how different this is to the reds we've used. I need to sharpen. I could come in a bit closer, I've been thinking. Here we go. So I'm just going to, these aren't, nothing of this has got any grayscale on it, so, but I'm going to just fade it a bit towards the middle there. Actually it's darker, the biscuit is darker on this side, so maybe I should fade it towards that end. There we go. Right, let's do this lollipop next. Now the lollipop, the stick, what should we use for the stick? We use, what do we use? The stink bug. We use the stink bug for the stick to make it look like it's wood. So I'm just going to layer it up here and then less down there. Now what you could do there is put a darker brown there and lighter there, but I think that transition is easier if you just use the same colour. Now the lolly itself, it's got stripes on, but of different, you could do those different colours, or you could do the whole thing just one colour. I'm going to do it purple. Grape. And I'm going to do it all one colour. So I'm going to go darker on top of this bit as before. As I've now learnt, it's easier to layer it up on top of the darker areas first and then fade it. And I know that because this print is quite pale, I've sort of covered those lines over. And what I'm going to do is actually take a lighter purple. We've got a purple haze because there's a lot of paper showing through here that I don't want to show, but I don't want it all to be dark. So if we use a slightly lighter purple to finish off that side, hopefully it'll look a bit lighter. Yeah. So there's our lolly. You could get a pen out and draw back in those lines if you want to. I think I'm not going to. I don't have a pen. My desk is such a mess and I've got a cup of water on it, so I'm a bit worried about moving too much. But let's do this gift. What should we do? What colour wrapping paper? Oh, you could do it like a brown, like it's craft paper, but I think we'll do it a colour because it's easier. We've done a lot of brown. Let's do a green. That one. Let's do this green grass from the Scorpion set. Now, I'm going to start in the very darkest corner here and put it on quite thickly and then fade it down, noticing exactly how I'm just going to sharpen it, how we're being told to do it. And then here, sort of around the edge, and lighter in the middle. Like that. This bit's quite sort of our lightest bit there, really. It's really fun. This takes a lot of the thinking out, which can be good. This one's just a very light one. This one's a bit of dark here. And lighter as we go down. It's just a dark bit there. There we go. I'm just going over it and tidying it up, really. There we go. I want my ribbon, I think, to be red. We've got so many different reds. We'll choose a different one. We'll choose this one. This is from the Spider set. It is Ladybug. Now the ribbon, as far as I can tell, has no grayscale on it. So I'm just going to make it bold. I think if I tried to shade it, it wouldn't stand out because it's quite narrow. We'll do a bit more work on this ribbon. Okay, so there's our gift. Sorry, just reorganising so I can move you into shot. Right, so we have this gift. I'm thinking the bow could be, try a different colour. Let's try blue. Let's try blue. I don't have that many blue. Here we go. We'll use two, actually. We'll use the Blue Horizon and the Galaxy Blue. Whoops, there you go. Because we've got quite a big defined dark and light area, so I'm thinking what I'll do is it's something a bit different as well. These are from the Scorpion set, by the way. Is if I go over the grayscale in this darker blue, I'm trying to take notice of how dark and light it is, because it isn't just two-tone. And then I'll switch to my other colour for the lighter bit and we'll see how that works. Oh, we have a bit here. A little bit at the So that is the darker blue, and then we're trying with the blue horizon to finish it off. Oh, I missed a bit. Just there. There we go. So we're back with the blue horizon. I'm just basically finishing it. So I'm going to try and do a fairly even tone with this one. We'll just see how it works. And get that one through. It's really interesting, isn't it? It means that you can do just sort of, you don't have to worry quite so much about your shadows because it's already telling you what to do. And when you do it in the colour, this, you know, I'm just applying colour on top. It's really relaxing and simple. Oops, there we go. And now we've got our actual present. I think that's really interesting. Now we've got our present. We use a similar technique. I'm trying to pick a colour. I think we'll go for pink. In the Cobra set we've got these two pinks that are quite different. So we've got the fancy pink, oops, sorry you can't see, and the bubblegum. We use the bubblegum for the darker areas and then the fancy pink for the lighter areas. So we're using the same sort of technique. Now the thing with the grayscale under the pink is it makes it look a bit dirty, but it's okay if you don't mind that sort of shade of pink. It depends what you're sort of looking for. Gosh, the rain is falling. It's quite miserable today. And then I'm going to grab the fancy pink and finish off. You can see how much quicker this would be, but because I'm only doing basically a layer, it makes it quicker too. You can see quite a lot of paper through because I'm not layering up the colour too much, but I don't think that matters. There we go. And we've got one left. Oh, I've got to move my pencils back a little bit. It is the gingerbread man. We need to grab a brown again. I think I'm going to use the dark tan first, and then no I'm not. I'm going to use the Tarantula. It's quite a lot darker for the darker areas. Now I don't know what this rim around the gingerbread man is. The sort of white. I'm wondering if it's supposed to be icing. Now what I'm trying to do with this is to layer it up more in the darker areas and a bit less in the lighter areas. I also want to fade it a bit more so we don't have, like here when we did this one up here, we've got quite harsh lines from the shadow. I want to make them a little softer. Just fading them a bit. Like that. And then I'm going to grab the dark tan and finish them off. And what I'm going to do here is put more layers near to the darker colour and less as we move further away. So we've got a sort of graduation of colour towards the middle of him really. So a bit more here and then less towards here. I think that's how they would look when they were cooked. When you bake, it often sort of catches and slightly turns colour more in some areas than others. I think that's what this is trying to portray. And we have to do the icing. Now there's an absolutely amazing gingerbread man tutorial in a book that I've got. I think it's Jennifer Zimmerman's book and it's fantastic. I'm trying to think about icing because I haven't finished. Because we could leave it white. I'm wondering about leaving some of it white. I'm thinking we need to do the buttons in different colours. I'm just going to grab some random colours that I've got here on the desk. So I'm going to use the blue horizon for the bottom one. And for the eye, make it look like there's a little candy or something. I'm going to grab a red, and we'll use the blood red for the middle button. And maybe for the mouth. And then the top one, I'm thinking green. I've got the green grass here, so we use that one. Yeah, you see, I think he has come out the best. So going over the grey areas with a darker pencil and then graduating that out, and then taking a lighter one and going over those slightly lighter areas and then really lightening it. But I'll come out so you can have a look and see all the different sort of techniques that I used and all the different items, so you can have a look and decide for yourself. So I really enjoyed that. I'm going to have fun with this book, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with the faces. I think I have got some. I remember I've got a book with how to colour faces in, which I need to grab out and have a go at some. But this will be a good step. Do you know what I mean? A slightly easier step towards doing some of the more tricky ones that I've got going on. There we go. So that is that book. So just to remind you, trying to tip it away from the light, it is the Magical Season. There we go. You can see my messy pencils. By Lenka Filonenko. So that's a rather nice book. I may do some of the fall, autumn pictures before we get into December, but I shall see how I get on. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that was interesting for you. I was sort of learning. I hope it was helping you to learn as well, but I may need to look at some tutorials on grayscale to check if I'm doing it right, but maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I should just develop my own technique. I'm not sure. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a really lovely rest of your day and happy colouring.